I'm Jen, and I am a recovering perfectionist. Hi, it's Jen. For a big part of my life, I was stuck in the trap of feeling like everything needed to be just so. If you are a recovering perfectionist or a type A person, drop a comment. I had this super strict way of doing absolutely everything. I went to bed at the same time every single night. I ate the exact same foods every single day. I walked on the same streets at the same time to the same workout class every single day. I was petrified to rock the boat of my perfect little life, so I lived every day being as careful and as perfect as possible. In fact, I was so set with my perfect rules that if anything veered off the plan or was a little bit imperfect or a little bit off of what I was supposed to do, it would throw off my entire day. No room for spontaneity, no room for flexibility, no space for a detour, no space to experiencing anything new, no way, or for anything out of the blue to happen. See, the only perfect thing that was really coming from this whole way of living was being perfectly stuck. Nothing great happened, nothing bad happened, everything was kind of just good. My perfectionism was stunting my growth and completely ruining my life. If you are experiencing this in any sort of a way, I want you to keep watching because I'm going to help you get out of this trap that you are in. It got even worse when I started growing my business. And if you're building a business and you've got perfectionism, listen up. Because my perfectionism was keeping me from getting anything done. What most people don't realize, and what I certainly didn't realize at the time, was that being a perfectionist is not a badge of honor. Like, that's not a good thing to say, because it's actually just another word for being a scaredy cat. I was scared shitless of failing or what people would think of me if it didn't seem like I had it all together and everything was exactly as it was supposed to be and I knew exactly what I was doing. Sound familiar? Everything changed for me when one of my friends said this: better done than perfect. Oh my God! This lovely little phrase completely changed my life because I was saying, no, it's gotta be perfect or it can't get done. But here's the thing, nothing is ever going to be perfect. So if you wait until it's perfect to get it done, it will never ever get done. So with this little phrase, all of the projects that I had been perfecting for years suddenly seemed okay to release into the world because I kept saying, okay, no, just get it done. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it done. And then guess what happened? My business grew, my network grew, and I started to attract more opportunities my way because the less strict I was, the more space I opened up for opportunities. Enough about me. Is perfectionism keeping you stuck? If so, listen up because I have 3 mindset hacks to help you get past perfectionism when it is holding you back. You ready? Let's dive in. Number 1, do it now. Those are another 3 words that I have on a Post-it note on my desk to remind me that whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, if you don't do it now, more time's gonna pass and you're probably not gonna do it ever. So how many times have you gotten an opportunity and you say to yourself, well, I will do it when, right? I'll do it when I lose the weight. I'll do it when my website is ready. I'll do it when I fall in love. I'll do it when I have more time. I'll do it when the kids are out of the house. I'll do it when I get a sign from the universe that it's the right time. Well, imagine what would happen if you just took one tiny action step towards each thing you feel like putting off, even when it's not perfect. Those steps will all add up before you know it, and big tasks will eventually get done. But if you keep waiting till when it's perfect, when this happens, when that, nothing is ever going to get done. Remember, better done than perfect. So your favorite 3 words, other than better done than perfect, are do it now. And it doesn't necessarily mean finish the entire task right now. It definitely doesn't. It just means do one thing to move that thing forward right now, in this moment. Number 2. The 51% method, or the law of 51%. So I've talked about this in other YouTube videos, and I'm going to double down here when we're talking about perfectionism, because there are many people on the internet that will come onto YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook and tell you that you need to believe 100% to take action, or everything needs to be 100% perfect to put it out into the world, or you need to do it 100% or believe 100% or hustle 100%. And I don't believe that. We're human beings. We don't necessarily do anything at 100% of the time. There's always going to be a little bit of doubt. There's always going to be a little bit of fear. There's always going to be a little bit of imperfections in anything that you're doing. It's not always going to be 100%. And if we wait or try to get to 100%, what's going to happen? Nothing. And our whole point here is to help us to grow and to be unstuck and to create stuff. So if we wait until things are perfect, until things are 100%, we're never going to do. All you have to remember is that you just have to believe or do or perfect something a little bit more than not, meaning 51%. Just 1% more, because that 51%, that'll get you to that first action step that we were talking about. And that first action step is the thing that initiates momentum and motivation. Those are your BFFs, your best friends when it comes to creating things. So just 51%, throw that 100% thing out the window. It's never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be 100%. Do it with a little bit of fear. Do it with a little bit of doubt. Do it with a little bit of uncertainty. And do it with a little bit of a mess. Who cares? Just put it out there. Perfect is boring anyway, and that brings me to hack number 3. So hack number 3 is the reminder that perfect is boring. Perfect is not interesting. I don't like looking at perfect people. I don't like watching perfect people. Do you like to watch a movie where absolutely everything is perfect and everything goes as planned? Is that interesting? Do we like to watch shows like that? Are those the Netflix shows that we binge? The ones that are just like, oh, everything's perfect and awesome the entire way through? No, you need conflict. You need adversity. You need vulnerability. You need adventure. And all of those things come from things going awry and maybe being a little messy or not perfect. So when you are creating content or when you are building a business or when you are sharing your story, please remember that if you are perfectly put together, you're not going to be interesting. And you're going to be the same as everybody else that's trying to be perfect. And the thing that's going to make you stand out from the crowd, and yes, when you're building a business, sharing a story, or trying to create something that moves people and helps people, the thing that separates you from the crowd is the only thing that makes you different, which is you exactly as you are. If you try to be like everybody else, you're not gonna stand out. You're just gonna be just like everybody else. But the messy stuff about you, the vulnerable stuff from your past, the things that maybe you don't wanna tell other people, the things that are imperfect about you, those are the things that make you you and that are going to make some people relate only to you and to nobody else. Your superpower are your imperfections. Let them fly, let them be. Do you ever notice that when you're at a party and you're talking to somebody, and if you just announce your vulnerability, if you don't know the person and you're like, God, I'm a little bit nervous right now, or, oh man, that punch was really gross. That's not like being perfect, like, oh, everything's so wonderful. The person will be like, oh my God, yeah, it was like really gross. And then you immediately connect and you become friends. Imperfections and vulnerability connect people. And the same thing goes for when you are creating any kind of a content and you're trying to move somebody to take action on something. Be imperfect. Allow yourself to be messy. That is the key. So those are my 3 hacks. Let's review those hacks one more time. Hack number 1 is to do it now. And remember those 3 words, better done than perfect. So that does not mean take action on your entire big, hairy, audacious goal in that moment, but it does mean do one thing towards that thing that you're about to do instead of saying, oh, I gotta wait until this happens, or wait until this happens, or wait until this happens. Do it imperfectly, do it messily, just do it now. Do something to move the needle forward. Hack number 2 is the 51% method, or the law of 51%. Remember, you don't have to believe 100% that it's gonna work. You don't have to be 100% ready. You don't have to be 100% perfect. Just a little bit, 51%, a little bit more than you don't, to get to that very first action step, which will initiate momentum and motivation, which are your 2 BFFs when it comes to creating. Hack number 3 is to remember that perfect is boring. And if you wanna stand out from the crowd, you need to be a little messy. You need to be you. You need to be human. Humans are not perfect. They're flawed. And that's what's beautiful about being a human being. That's what makes us relate to people. That's what's gonna make people wanna watch you. That's what's gonna make people wanna buy from you if they can relate to you. And they're not gonna be able to relate to you if you're perfect, because nobody's perfect. So my friends, stop saying, I'm a perfectionist, and thinking that it's a good thing. Perfectionism is just another form of fear that's keeping you from creating and keeping you stuck. Allow yourself to be imperfect, and it will free you, and you will start creating more than you could ever imagine. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you like and subscribe to my channel so we can talk about some more mindset hacks so that you can live a life beyond your wildest dreams. See you later.